Hi lovelies, you're welcome to Kema Freak. My name is Kemi Omorogbe. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to sew this lovely ball gown. I have a link in the description box for the cutting aspect of this video. So if you're yet to watch it, please check the description box to watch that video. So this is like a continuation and I'll be addressing the sewing of the ball dress. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please kindly do so and be sure to click on the like button for this video. Now let's get right to work. This is the back bodice of our princess dress for a 2-year-old. So this is the neckline, the shoulder, the armhole. This is the center back with a 1-inch zip allowance. The first thing I'll be doing on this pattern is to mark out the position of dart, and I'll be making a dart from the center back to 2.5 inches away from the center back. So but remember, we have a 1-inch zip allowance here, so that means I'll mark out 3.5 inches to position my dart. So I'm working with the lace and the satin. I'm using the glossy part of the doll face satin. Okay, so for this now I'm going to hold in my dart. I'm working with the lace and satin together, so I'll mark my dart. My dart will be a bit less than 1 inch. This is because it's just for a child, and mostly that in kiddies wear is mainly for decoration. So I'm making my dart 3 inches long because I need to factor in my sewing allowance. So after taking in half an inch from the base of my bodice, I'll have a 2.5 inches long dart. So I'm just going to sew here towards the apex of the dart. So I'll do this on my lining as well and on the other side of the bodice. So here is the back bodice once again. I've taken in my dart on the lace, the satin together, and then on the lining. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to place the right side of this dough against the right side of the lining. Now I want to sew in my neckline by half an inch. Okay, so now I've sewn in my neckline by half an inch, and I placed tiny notches along the neckline to help it relax. So now I'm going to open up my lining, turning the seam towards the lining, and sew top stitch on my lining by 1/8 of an inch. So here is my neckline. I've top stitched on the lining by 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so now I'm done top stitching. I'm just going to set this aside and we'll work on the front. This is the front piece we'll be working with, this front fabric, and I've laid my lace on the doll face satin. We also have the yoke here. So the first thing I'll be doing on this is to fix in my dart like I did for the back. So I'm going to sew in my dart here as well as on the lining. I have a lining that is just exactly this shape. Okay. So now I've sewn in the dart and I've done the same thing to the lining. The next thing I'll be doing now is to attach this cape. So the cape I cut out is 13 inches long and it is 5.5 inches wide. So I went ahead to attach a hard paper stay on it to give it some structure. And now you need to mark the midpoint of your front piece. Then place this 1 inch or 1.5 inch away from the center. Then this other one to 1 inch or 1.5 inches. Is it inches? 1.5 or inch? or 1.5
1.5 inches now, it's only more than 1.
Yeah, but it's not up to 2.
But yeah, use inch.
And place it 1 or 1.5 inch away from the midpoint. So we're going to sew this by half an inch. Before you sew anyway, you need to close up this middle. So turn your cape around and sew here up by half an inch or quarter of an inch as you're comfortable with. So once you are done, turn it back. That's just so that we have closed edges along here. So note that the folded part is downward while this free part is facing upward. So now I'll just go and sew here up half of an inch. Now I have attached this cape to the main front piece, and it's now time to attach the yoke to it. Before I attach this yoke, I'll be finishing up the sides, that's along the armhole, using a bias. So I'm just going to sew in my bias by half an inch, then turn it the other way to close here up, so we can have a neat finishing on the outside this way. So that's what I'll do to the both sides of this yoke before attaching it. So this is what the inner part of my yoke now looks like, because I've used a bias tape to close up the edge. Now I can fix it to my yoke with the lacy part towards the center front. So from this center front, I'll make sure this lacy part is towards the center front and this way. So this is how we'll be fixing it, but so that I can sew it from inside, I'll just place this way and this way, then sew by half an inch. So now I've attached the yoke to it. I'll just notch just beside here by the half inch sewing allowance. I sew my cape by, so I can turn it inward. Okay, so I've been sewing, I sew in the cape by half an inch. Now I'm just going to continue sewing from the other side. So I'll open up this cape, turn it around and sew it in from the other side by half an inch. Okay, so let me do this again so you can understand. So my cape and my yoke were this way. I just slitted here a little bit by half an inch, the same half an inch allowance I use in sewing in the cape from here to here. I've slitted through by half an inch. Now I want to sew the same half an inch, but this time from the other side, so that I can close it up. Okay, so I'm just turning here around. Okay, and I can also sew in half an inch. So now I've closed up the other part of my yoke. The next thing I'll be doing now is to turn this inward. We need to close up this seam using the lining. This is what we want to achieve at the end of the day. So in order to close this up, I'm going to sew from here. Okay, so I'm sandwiching the yoke and the cape in between the main piece and the lining. So I'll sew again by half an inch. So this is what I just closed up. I've fixed my lining to the main cloth. The next thing I will need to do is to turn the armhole. Okay, so from here I'm going to raise up my lining and use it to turn the armhole, the lower part of the armhole. Remember, the yoke is part of the upper armhole, so the curvy part of the armhole. So remember, in all of this we are treating the lace and the doffy satin as the same, and we are treating the lining as another. So I'm just going to turn the lining in and sew by half an inch to close up the armhole. Now I'm done closing up the armhole. So we have a neatly finished armhole there. The next thing I will need to do is to join the front and back piece together along the shoulder. So lay the right side of the back piece against the right side of the front piece, and making sure that the center back aligns with the center front. Then I'll lift up the lining so that I can sandwich the yoke between the back piece, the main back piece, and the back lining. So once that is done, I can then sew along the shoulder line by 1/2 inch, so we can have a neatly finished shoulder. So this is what the shoulder line looks like after sewing. Now I can turn my lining around to expose the neatly finished shoulder line. Now, just the way I closed up the armhole at the front, I will need to do the same thing to the back armhole. So now I'll treat the lace and the doll face satin as the same thing, lifting up the lining to close up the armhole from the shoulder towards the armpit part of the armhole. So I'll sew in that armhole by 1/2 inch. So here is what your armhole should look like. So take a scissors and place tiny notches to give it a relaxed look. Now once I'm done treating that, the next thing I'll be doing is to join the front and back piece together along the side. So we'll be sewing in our side seams. First we'll treat the main piece, which is the lace and the doll face satin. So we'll be attaching the front and the back main pieces, leaving out the lining. So just pin these two pieces together and sew by 1 inch. So if you have added 2 inches allowance, don't forget you'll be sewing by 2 inches. So whatever side seam allowance you added when you were cutting, that's exactly what you should sew in right now. Now I'm done holding the side of my main pieces, the back and front main piece, and we're going to run a continuous stitch that will be from the main piece through the armhole, and we'll just continue sewing by the same allowance to the end of the lining. Next I'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now I've joined the sides together and we have this look on the inside. The next thing I'll be doing now is to attach the ball part, that's the lower part of the gown, which will be making use of 3 layers of organza, the doll face satin, the net layer, and then the lining layer. Now I'll be working on the main piece of the ball dress. So we're working with 3 layers of organza, and I'll be starting with the smallest layer. So I'll create pleats with the smallest layer on the main bodies of the ball gown, now excluding the lining. Okay, so I'll be starting with the smallest layer, next the medium length layer, and then the longest layer will follow. So I'll be making pleats that will start from the center back through the front to the other side of the center back. Now I'm done pleating the 3 layers of organza, and this is what it looks like: the smallest followed by the medium length and the longest. Next I'll pick up my doll face satin, which will be serving as an interlining, and then I'll pleat in the same direction as the organza, from the center back through the front to the other part of the center back. If you're enjoying watching this tutorial, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. Now here is our ball dress with the layer of satin fixed. So now we'll be working on the lining. Yes, we are done pleating on the main piece, that's the satin and the lace. So now I'll be working on the lining of the upper bodies. So I'll just pick up the lining of the upper bodies and we'll create pleats on it with the lining of the lower bodice. Now I'll be making this plate on the lining and sewing by 1/2 inch inward, so you don't have rough edges showing on the inside of your ball gown. Now I'm done pleating in the lining, and you can see how neat it looks on the inside. So I'll just raise up the lining and create a layer of gathers with the hard knit, this time on the lining as well. So from one end of the center back through the front to the other end of the center back. Now you can see the inner part of our ball dress, the layer of lining followed by the layer of net, the layer of satin, and then the organza layers. So now we'll be fixing the zip at the center back. So along the zip allowance, just raise up the lining and net layer. So we're working on only the main piece, which is the net and doll face satin on the upper side, and on the lower side it will be the satin and the layers of organza. So we'll be fixing in a zip by 1 inch zip allowance. Okay, so here is what my zip looks like after fixing it. So I'm just going to turn the lining around to close up that exposure you have at the back to give this ball dress a neat finishing on the inside. Now I'm going to sew in my lining on the zip allowance by 1 inch, the same 1 inch we use for the zip. So here we have it. That's the inner part of our ball dress. I'll just turn this around so you can see what it looks like on the outside. So we have this beautiful dress here. I went ahead to use a serger, an industrial serger, to weave the 3 layers of organza, the satin, and the lining layer to give the edges a neat finishing. So the next thing we'll be working on now is the cape. So I'll just hold in the edge of the cape by 1/2 inch and top stitch on it to give it a clean finishing. So hold it in, give it a good press, and sew in by 1/4 inch, top stitching it on the back. So you can see after closing up the end of the cape, I'm now going to attach it to the back about 1.5 inches away from the zip. I'll be making use of my needle and thread, or you can just top stitch on your sewing machine. So I have this beautiful lace trimming I'll be attaching on the waistline to give it a classy look. So you can pick up any lace trimming you may have, or you create yours. I have a video on this channel on how you can create a very neat lace trimming. I went ahead to attach the lace trimming making use of my needle and thread, and also to place stones on the cape. And you can see how beautiful this dress looks. If you enjoyed watching this tutorial, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please do so right away, because we'll be having more beautiful tutorials in the coming days. So a very huge thank you to you for watching this far, and I hope to see more of you in the next video.